Still an alert period for the frigid and gusty conditions across the Susquehanna Valley through tonight. When we finally see those temperatures rise above the freezing mark, I'll show you that in the full 10-day forecast in a few minutes.
A program like this is critical in every community.
How a group in the Susquehanna Valley is helping people readjust to life after being incarcerated.
President Trump facing bipartisan backlash for a now removed social media post involving the Obamas. I'm Jackie Diffusco in Washington with why the president says he won't apologize.
Winter isn't coming. Winter is here. I'm Fletcher Mackel at the Milan Cortina Olympics, and I'm going to take you behind the scenes and show you where members of figure skating, hockey, and speed skating hang out with their families when they have an off day here at the games.
WGAL News 8 at 6 starts now.
Looking live from Storm Tracker 8 tonight as all of the Susquehanna Valley deals with dangerously cold temperatures. This here is along Route 30 crossing from Lancaster County into York County. The Storm Tracker shows that the temperature on the road right now is 17 degrees. Well, a little bit of a beautiful sunset there, but just frigid. Good evening, I'm McKenna Alexander. The storm team has made an alert day for the cold. Meteorologist Ryan Argenti is here at the forecast. And Ryan, we were saying your official forecast is that it's absolutely freezing.
Yeah, it's cold out there. It's cold out there. I think everybody has put that together at this point. But don't let you saw Storm Tracker 8 footage there and the live view from that. Don't let the skies fool you. Now, it is dry out there right now. You know, we're seeing some mainly clear conditions, although it's very cold out there. Don't let the skies fool you. So weather headlines, though, is that it's going to be cold. Dangerously low wind chills for the rest of this evening into tonight. That's really the headline for this evening. So that's why we have it as an alert period because of the extreme cold warning, which we'll talk about here in just a moment. But we also have strong winds, upwards of 55 miles per hour. Had some areas gusting beyond the 50 mile per hour mark. Still going to be seeing sub-zero morning wind chills for your Sunday, but the winds will diminish late into the evening. And then looking ahead into next week, we are warmer, but it will become a little bit more active as we're tracking a couple of disturbances that will move through the Susquehanna Valley. So extreme cold warning in effect until 10 a.m. Sunday. In addition to the extreme cold warning, a wind advisory will be in effect until 10 p.m. this evening. So winds are going to persist through the rest of this evening into tonight. You can see temperatures into the mid-teens, right around 16 in Harrisburg, but still have that persistent breeze out of the northwest between 15 and 25 miles per hour, and that's what's making it feel like the sub-zero conditions outside, folks. So that's why you need to just stay inside. You can also see the winds today. They've been howling all day today. Sustained winds about 30 miles per hour in Lancaster and Harrisburg. A 51 mile per hour gust recorded at Harrisburg International. So that's why we have it as an alert period. Make sure you just stay inside, stay warm as we go through the rest of tonight, getting into tomorrow. But we're going to chat more about that full forecast and the potential for some rain and some snow mix coming up here in the full forecast in a few minutes. McKenna.
All right, thanks, Ryan. See you then. Well, right now there are several code blue alerts in place across the Susquehanna Valley, allowing homeless shelters to extend their hours and bring in more people throughout this extreme cold. The Lancaster and Lebanon County Homelessness Coalitions have issued code blue alerts. Life Path Christian Ministries in York has also issued a code blue alert. You can find the information for each shelter online at WJL.com. And stay with us on air and online throughout this dangerous cold so that we can keep you updated with the latest conditions. Online, you can also find tips about how to stay safe in these temperatures and what to do if your heat or power goes out. New tonight, the Lancaster County coroner responded to a farm-related accident involving a 2-year-old child. 911 dispatchers say the child was hit in Upper Laycock Township just after 8:30 this morning. This happened on Newport Road near Monterey Road. East Lampeter Township police are investigating. Also new tonight, Chambersburg police arrested a man for a shooting that happened just after midnight. Police say they responded to South Hackberry Drive for a report of shots fired. According to police, the investigation revealed that Nathaniel Stevens tried to shoot the victim. They say Stevens missed the victim, but the bullet did hit a home with 2 people inside. He is charged with attempted homicide. Each year, roughly 17,000 people are released from state prisons in Pennsylvania. And adjusting to life outside incarceration can be tough for some and their families. That's why tonight in York County, a program to help community members adjust to life after prison is expanding. The program is called Transitions in Care and is run in part by Family First Health. The goal of the program is to connect people to health care and support community members through providing food, clothing, and transportation to appointments.
A program like this is critical in every community. As we said, this is a really vulnerable time, and it's either going to be a time where folks will find themselves back in situations that may make them vulnerable to reoffending, having other challenges, or what we like to work towards is a successful reentry.
So far, 60 people have been supported by this program, and Family First Health will have the ability to support another 60 this year. Crews in Franklin County put out this fire in Lurgan Township yesterday. The Pleasant Hall Volunteer Fire Company said the fire started on Roxbury Road around 10 o'clock in the morning. They say crews were there for about 2.5 hours before clearing the scene. Luckily, there was no one inside the home when the fire started, but the Red Cross was asked to help one person. The fire company says the fire was caused by a propane heater that was too close to combustible material. So they want to remind people to make sure you have at least 3 feet of space around a portable heating unit. And in Adams County, it took crews about an hour to put out a fire at a home in Union Township today. The call came in around 2 o'clock this afternoon. 911 dispatchers say it happened on Hot Tedder Road. No injuries were reported and the Red Cross was not called. The cause of fire is still under investigation. President Trump responded to outrage over a social media video that was widely denounced as racist. The president shared the video in a social media post that was later taken down. The clip was largely about election conspiracy theories, but in its final seconds, it flips to a depiction of former President Barack Obama and his wife Michelle as primates in a jungle. News 8 Washington correspondent Jackie DeFusco reports.
President Trump told reporters last night that he did not see the part of the video that depicted the Obamas as apes before it was posted to his social media account. And despite the bipartisan backlash, he did not offer an apology.
A number of Republicans are calling on you to apologize for that post. Is that something you're going to do?
No, I didn't make a mistake. I mean, I look at a lot of thousands of things, I looked at the beginning of it. It was fine.
At the very least, do you condemn the racist parts of the video?
Of course I do. Yeah.
President Trump also said that he spoke to Republican Senator Tim Scott about the situation. Scott, who is black, responded to the video earlier on Friday, writing, quote, "Praying it was fake because it's the most racist thing I've seen out of this White House." White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt initially defended the clip. She said it depicted several Democrats as characters from The Lion King, adding in a statement, quote, "Please stop the fake outrage and report on something today that actually matters to the American public." The White House later removed the post and said a staffer posted it erroneously. An Obama spokesperson said the former president had no comment. Reporting in Washington, I'm Jackie DeFusco.